friends, it's Nancy. I just wanted to pop on today and give you a little bit of a potpourri of what's been going on this last week. So I wanted to share this beautiful set of vintage Pyrex I got. I don't know how this happened because Value Village is usually a lot better about pricing. I've been recently seeing Pyrex like $10, $12 a bowl. I got this whole set for $6.99. Blown away. Also got a couple of vintage books. I thought this would make a cute little journal. Simple Life. I love the Edwardian lady. This is a It says in remembrance of May 16, 1909. Copyright is 1905. So I thought that might be a really cute little, you know, journal, kind of a notebook. And this one I also thought was really, really nice. I think it dates to probably the same time. Both of these were $1.99. But this one's, you know, definitely got an Art Deco thing kind of going on, or Art Nouveau. Look at the inside. Love it. I don't see a date, but I'm thinking this is probably in the teens. A beautiful little image. Alright, so I did do a little more thrifting yesterday, but I've already made a project with what I bought, so hang on. Hi friends, it's Nancy again. I mentioned in my last video that I was in a 10-week challenge to organize and, yeah, my craft space. So week number one's challenge was to completely remove everything from your work table surface, scrub it down, and that's what I've done. I have these two shelves that I have above my workspace that are really handy because I can reach them easily and put stuff on them. I did some serious editing here. I only kept stuff that I truly do use all the time, or just really make me happy. So my table is from IKEA. I don't know how big it is. It's probably, I don't know, 5 feet, I guess. There's my laptop and my coffee. This quilt square, I got it, and it was in this frame when I bought it. I bought it years ago, but I just want to show you that it's double matted. When I took it apart to see what the heck was so special about it, it is stitched with these tiny little invisible cross stitches to linen. So clearly this meant something, but I don't know what. The frame is in bad shape, needs to be touched up, but it just gives me a lot of pleasure. And clearly it was a value to somebody this would have been an expensive framing job. It's not even square. Like, look how crooked it is. This I got at a yard sale years and years ago as well, and it was framed in this frame. And it either says 1928 or 1923. It's hard to say. I don't even know why I like it, but I do. And I have my two shelves. Now, I made this little crochet thing years ago. Gotta be 15 years ago. And it's mounted on this like silky stuff with fluffy behind it. I think I made that when Doug's dad was in the hospital. So that would have been 2004. Anyway, my last name is Singer, just like the sewing machine, so I just wanted to make that for decoration in my sewing room. And yeah, it's still here. I don't know why I need this jar. It's a Longaberger jar. I have no idea where I got it. Longaberger. I know their baskets are super expensive, but I've never owned one. I know that they're out of business now. I keep a glass jar of thread, and these two little mice. When I was a nurse, the son of a patient made these for me. He carved them, and look at their little whiskers and their tails. So they just keep me company. I love them. I've had them for, I don't know, probably 30 years. Anyway, there's probably a better place to put my paintbrushes, but I love them there. They kind of look like a bouquet of flowers to me. And down here, these are things that I use all the time. So I use gesso, I use Mod Podge all the time, I use Kleenex all the time, especially this week. Well, since Boxing Day, really, I've been sick. These, I love Gutermann thread. So they're kind of my go-to. If I'm going to rethread my machine, I'll grab a Gutermann more often than not. I love this little plate. And it says, when things go wrong, hope whispers, try it one more time. I don't know if I feel that way about crafting. I figure one time is good enough. But it's a good message for life. I made this. So this is actually one of those acrylic frames that you get at the dollar store. And I sewed this little sleeve that goes over it. And when I was doing a lot of quilting, like I'd keep my quilting needles in there, I'd keep my, my little snippers or a pen or a pencil or something. This isn't supposed to be attached. That's different. Ugh. Pins. I'm sure I've got clips and thimbles and stuff in there. I like it. I got this idea from a Pinterest, on Pinterest. If I can find it again, I'll share it. This little thing is an tiny little embroidery hoop, and I embroidered the sewing machine on it, and there's a little bit of fluff behind there. I usually keep this hanging on my sewing machine so I can take pins out as I go. I haven't been pinning anything recently, so when I'm sewing signatures into a journal, then I can stick the needle back in here. Where's the light? I just kept, so there's my sewing needle for the signatures. I just kept a couple pins in there that kind of match the embroidery and bring me delight. Gold and ivory taupe. I'm not sure what color that is. Kind of an ecru color. Those are sort of my go-to colors for stitching on pages in journals. So I've just kind of put them on in a little pail and hooked it to, I've got a bar under here that I hang stuff on. And I probably will be hanging more stuff on there, but I just wanted to sort of take a look at what I had, because there was definitely avalanche danger. Gonna take a look at what I've been hanging there, and do I really use this? Can I put it somewhere else? Can I get rid of it? And then I have my big cutting mat that I have been abusing. I tried to use acetone to take some glue off, and look, it took the paint right off too, so I won't use that again. Over here I have my lamp, my laptop, and my coffee. But I want to make a new mug rug. This is one that I made out of scraps, quilted. But I'm going to see if I can make something that says junk journal. So we'll come back and we'll do that together. That's my craft space. Week number 2's challenge is to deal with paper. Whoa, I got a lot of paper to deal with. But I am a week behind, so I'll give you an update next week. Hopefully I'll stay on task. Okay, so I wanted to tell you about a little project I've been working on in my craft, or sorry, not my craft, my antique small booth. I am moving to a slightly smaller booth that has a different configuration. That happens on March the 1st. I'm really excited about that. So I wanted to make something shabby chic to decorate. So I made this banner. I'm going to turn on the light, see if we can get a little more light here. I made this banner out of untreated, like unprepared artist canvas. I just cut it into these triangles, and yesterday when I was out, I got a ton of this lace, I think, and I've got a ton left. And this was at a thrift store. They had big cards, like you would see at a store or like a fabric shop, and they were selling them for like $1 or $2 depending on what was on it. This one actually came in a bag. Clearly they took it off the spindle card thing, but there's got to be 20 meters of it. I paid $2 for that. So anyway, what I've done is I've just taken scraps of lace. I covered the canvas. I don't know if you can see it in the back. Maybe this one will show back better. I covered the back in like this lace curtain stuff. Nothing is sewn. Everything is just glued with Fabri-Tac. And I just pulled out scraps and went to town. Most of it is sort of, you know, shades of ecru, white, cream. Here and there I put a little bit of pastel. When I was cleaning off my workspace, I found this. So it's not attached. I'll have to attach it to the rest of the banner. So we'll just flip through these fast. I've got them, I just glued them to this lace, and I'm thinking about doing like little swags of lace between them. I put about 10 inches of lace between each one. So I'll just sort of go through each one. So I use pieces of doily, little appliques. This one's not a little applique, that's a big applique. I use new lace, old lace, stained lace. I have like a drawer of doilies that are stained that I can't get clean, so I chopped them up and added them. And you know, where I've had bits and bobs left over from journaling pages, this pink stuff I used in a journal recently, I just added it on. So I think I made 33 altogether. This one's got a little bit of gray lace on it. I don't know how I feel about that. I just think they're really pretty. Anyway, this took me an evening. It was an easy project. You know, so maybe if you want to give this a try, there's lots of templates online to download for the shape of the banner. This one I've got a little ribbon on. So you can just print one off the internet. That's what I did. And go to town. You'll be covered in glue, but it's fun. It's a lot of fun. It's, you know, there's no judgment. Look at that. I love that. That turned out so nice. You know, how can you take a bunch of beautiful things and not make beautiful things? This has got a little bit of pillowcase embroidery on it. Another little bit of pillowcase. I used some satin ribbon flowers. So I hope you enjoyed seeing that. This is a little bit of ruffle from something that I coffee stained. This one's got a little bit of ribbon bow that came assembled like that. I got a whole bag of that. I think these ones are my favorites, the ones that are just the ivory colors. So I'll have to glue the other one on to the end, but that's my project. And how are we doing? We're doing good. I've got a couple more things I want to share with you today. We're having a real weekend roundup. Be back shortly. Okay, I'm back. We're going to do a quick craft here to make a paper coaster. So I've got just a glue stick, ink, Mod Podge, and a brush, and some scissors. So what I did is I cut a piece of
thick card. This is about 5.5 square, and I also cut some book pages. These came out of Reader's Digest. So I've inked the edges, and I've also roughed the edges up a bit. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the way I just rough up the edges is just to draw my scissors across lightly, just to kind of give them a little bit of a tear or some general roughness. So that's easy. Okay, now I'm just going to start gluing them together. So I am going to be stitching on my machine. You don't necessarily need to stitch if you don't have a sewing machine. And I'm just going to go with book page, but you can use images. You can just put them on any old way. So you can use words. You could do a little bit of stamping if you wanted to. So I want to have the pages inside the perimeter of the card, because the card is what's going to be the supporting base. So once I have all this glued together, I'm going to give it a little bit of a stitch just sort of around the edge of the topmost page, and then I'm going to add some Mod Podge. Just to protect it. Now you can use either glossy or, I'll leave this one for the top. I happen to have matte, and that's all I happen to have, so that's what I'm going to be using. I thought I had a sticker word that said create or something, but I just went to look for it and I can't find it. I chose 4 pages, just, I don't know, randomly. You don't have to use 4, you don't have to use 5, you don't have to use 3. I just went with 5. I figured that was probably a good thickness. And just kind of square it up there. Okay. So I'm going to grab my machine and I will be back presently. Okay, so I Mod Podged the back, and I did that first, and you do need to Mod Podge both sides because the water content of the Mod Podge will cause your paper to bend. So there's, see the little bit of curve there? So by Mod Podging both sides, that should flatten out. Okay, so I've decided I am going to add a little fussy cut rose, wild rose. So I'll decoupage that on top. The stitching, I just did, like a 1/4 inch around the top sheet. One of the reasons I decided to do the decoupage is because I don't want people to feel like they need to read the book page that's under there. So by sort of disguising it a bit, then it kind of makes it more decorative rather than, you know, when you see words you want to read them. You've got the shampoo bottle in front of you or the cereal box. You always got to read. So this is not meant to be a distraction. It's just supposed to be a useful item that you have made out of scraps. So I'm just going to carry on here with the Mod Podge, and when it's dry I will come back and let you have a look at it. So I've
replaced my favorite tools here. It was amazing how much I actually removed from my box. I have my hot glue gun in there and a mini iron and some other stuff. I don't use that very often, so that's going to get shifted to a drawer. I have this vintage letter tray here. I took everything out of it. The only thing I'm keeping is my box of tags that are there that need to be embellished and my tissue because my nose is still running. Over here I have another vintage office thing. I don't know what it is. For, you know, holding files and stuff. It's metal. I got it at a thrift store. And I've got my cutters, my scoreboard, and my envelope finger there. And I also keep a piece of glass, and I'm going to do a little demo to show you why I keep glass handy at all times. So hang on. Okay, so I've got some tags here that I was going to start assembling, and I have fussy cut out this bird just with scissors from a magazine, and I was going to adhere him onto this tag, but this extra blue that's in the middle I don't like, so that's got to go. Now using scissors would be impossible. I'm just going to bring in a little more, no more lights, it would be glare. Okay. So I have an X-Acto knife here. Use glass, not a rubber mat, when you're using the X-Acto knife, because the knife blade will go in and then it'll be really raggedy jaggedy. Don't be afraid to change your blade. If it stops going through the paper like butter, then you need a new blade. They're really inexpensive to change. So do that. So I hope that the camera is going to be able to catch this. So we're just going around. I'm giving it, you know, 1/8 of an inch. So I wouldn't turn the blade. I would turn the picture. I mean, you're going to have some movement, of course, but the idea is you want this as smooth as possible. I'm going to take a little more thickness off of here to even it up and remove some more of that color. Oh, I'm bleeding. I wonder what I cut myself on. I've been cleaning all day, so that explains that. Okay, you see how fast that works and how accurate it is? And the more you do, the more comfortable you're going to get. So this is awesome for fussy cutting when scissors just will not do the job. So get a piece of glass. Find an old picture frame at a thrift store or something. You know, an 8x10 diploma size is perfect because you're not going to be cutting anything bigger than that. And just keep it on hand with your trusty X-Acto knife. I'm sure that there's other tools that are, you know, a little more new and flashy, but if this works, why go high-tech? So having that extra color removed just makes this all better. Doesn't that look a lot better without that blue? Okay, so now I'm going to show you that I've been doing a little bit of organizing and give you a couple of tips that I've picked up along the way. So here's a couple of shelves I've been working on today. I don't know if any of you have been watching the Marie Kondo series on Netflix. I read her book about 2 years ago, and one of the secrets to organization is getting things vertical. So I got these plastic bins
from the dollar store. And I've gotten things separated into themes of books, journals I want to do in the future. So I've got one for strawberries, Anne of Green Gables, Raggedy Ann, sewing, reading and writing, pink roses, and all of my file folders, card type kind of paper is on the bottom shelf. So what this is saying to me is, Nancy, don't buy any more folders. You have enough. And then we'll look at another shelf. So here's another shelf in my craft room. This is all business paper. So I have ledgers, and again, everything vertical. So what I've done to hold that up is I've got one of those IKEA wooden magazine boxes, and I've got everything organized pretty well by size. I've taken off the covers. I don't need those. And what wouldn't fit, like these ones are too big to go in. Aren't they awesome? I love this ledger. So what was too big to go in, I just put on the side. And the smaller things sorry, that was wild. The smaller things I've containerized, and again, gone vertical. So again, I've recognized that I do not require any more ledger paper or business invoices, guest checks. I don't need anything like that. So that's what I'm learning through this process. In fact, I think I've got some more elsewhere, but I haven't found it yet. Okay, just to finish up this hodgepodge of stuff from today, I am a couple of other thrifty things to show you on a little more organizing stuff. So I cut all of these bobbins from old file folders that I picked up at work. And I've been starting on organizing my lace. So I'm starting on wrapping them around. I gotta get some pins. So I've got to have pins somewhere in this house, but I don't know where they are. So I'm not gonna buy any because I know for sure I've got some. I need to make some bigger bobbins as well. So I just downloaded a template from the internet and uploaded it to my Cricut, and then duplicated them until there was, I think, 11 or something on the page, and then cut them out. So I think that's pretty good. I wish I had thought of that a long time ago, and I could have been organizing all the way around, but I don't know what's wrong with me. Anyway, so I started doing this yesterday, and it's not lace organizing time yet. We're still working on paper, so I'm not going to worry too much about it. I got this little recipe book at the thrift store yesterday, and it was 50 cents. I've already pulled it apart. It was bound with the plastic coil, but I thought it was really neat because the index cards are sideways, and all the paper is kind of this orange color. But I thought that was kind of fun, so I will keep that and pitch that. I got this book for 50 cents, and it's all wildflowers. I've ordered a die to make the mini paper bags, the mini gift card bags that I've been seeing all over the place. So I've ordered that. Hopefully that'll come in soon. I'm thinking this would be really nice pages to use to make those bags. So we'll give it a shot. And the last thing I wanted to show you was this this book. It's 11 by 15, so it's 11 by 15, and it's newspapers, and I thought this is going to make really cool pages. So for example, this one is from 1911, sorry, and it has advertisements for parasols and underwear. Oh, there. Now you can see parasols. Yeah, I think that's going to be lots of fun. And I haven't... Oh, look at this one. It's got a little... It says tailoring for December fashions. This is Merry Christmas. Sorry, I'm trying to look. I'm standing far away from the camera. So I'm going to have a play cutting this all up. There's the 1931 New Year's baby. And it's nice paper. It's not, like, it's nice thick pages. So this is going to make great junk journal pages. And there's a lot in here. 83 pages. Not all of them are super old. Some of them are, you know, this one's 1970, no, 1969. Well, that's 50 years old. So, yeah, this is going to be great. Okay, that's all I wanted to show you. I will get all of these videos uploaded, and looking forward to getting a lot more organizing done this week, and we will talk to you again soon.